Good morning and welcome to Weird Austin Morning, the show dedicated to making sure you know how cool Austin is. We're on a mission to do something uniquely Austin every day, and we hope to share those experiences with you. Every week, we visit classic Austin stomping grounds, discover new things to do, listen to Austin music, and hang out with cool Austin friends. I'm Valerie. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we hope you're having a weird Austin morning. Okay, here we go with an itinerary schedule for First Thursdays on South Congress Boulevard. We have done the research and we have figured out some really cool places to go in a certain order that we think captures the essence of First Thursdays on South Congress and gives you a cool lineup of things to do. So first, we suggest to start at the White Tiger, which will start having bands play at 3 p.m. White Tiger always has live music going on, and they're dedicated to making sure there's no cover ever, so that anytime you want to stroll on in, you can see an Austin band playing in the backstage patio area. So when you come to White Tiger, they have a big list of what they offer to drink and daily drink specials. They do have a photo booth available to take photos, and you can always add your photo to the wall, so your visit will be archived forever. When you jump into the back patio, there are fans, there are bands, there's also a bar back there you can order drinks from. White Tiger has a lot of arcade games to keep you entertained while you're hanging out. It's very small, it's very quaint, and just a cool dive bar to check out. On this particular First Thursday, the drink of the day was a Long Island iced tea for $5, and there is no cover. So this is a great deal, and definitely a great place to start your First Thursday Congress adventure. Then you might take a walk to the equipment room, which is truly uniquely Austin and Austin original. You do have to have reservations to visit the equipment room. So if you go ahead and make reservations, You can walk in and find the hostess. They open at 5 o'clock. So if you're going with our itinerary for First Thursday, go ahead and grab that 5 o'clock reservation. You're allowed to hang out there for 1 hour and 45 minutes during your reservation time, but you can leave earlier if you would like to. They have cocktails, they have snacks, and they have records. When you're in the equipment room, you can request headphones to have a sonic experience that is just a little bit different than a normal bar. So throughout the entire bar, they are playing one record that everyone gets to enjoy, but when you put on the headphones, you're totally immersed in the music, and it's just a really cool experience that we recommend. Now, after you've been to White Tiger and you've been to the equipment room, take a walk down to the South Congress Hotel. The hotel will be open to everybody. The hotel lobby and the back patio will be open to everybody. There is no cover for the South Congress Hotel. You'll find stages set up for bands to play. I believe the bands start somewhere around 6:37. And while you're waiting for bands to play, there will be DJs in different sections of the hotel where you can mingle and listen to music and have a full Austin hotel party experience. They also serve drinks outside in the patio. There are some activations there where different beverages are giving samples so you can get a little treat to taste new things. The inside area can get a little packed, but it does feel open and airy, and just something great to pop into and have an experience. Next door to the South Congress Hotel, they have a restaurant called Maie. And although a line can form when you try to get into the South Congress Hotel, Maie does have a fast pass where you can buy a ticket for $45. You get one drink included in your price and appetizers. So it definitely is a fun place to get a snack if you need, check out some music, and hear some bands. Now, after you've hung out at the South Congress Hotel for about an hour, about 7:30, 8 o'clock, you might want to walk towards the Austin Motel, but before you get to the Austin Motel, you might want to stop into Hotel San Jose, which also has no cover to hang out in the hotel patio. And this Thursday that we were walking around, there was a band performing and a packed patio. You can order drinks in the lobby at the San Jose Hotel and take them outside and just do a little people watching while you're stopping for a drink. Now that you've had your San Jose Hotel experience, keep walking a little bit further down the street to stop into the Austin Motel. Now, you always need to check the day of First Thursday if the pool will be open for everyone to swim, not just hotel guests. But one of the famous things for First Thursday on South Congress at the Austin Motel, they do have a free swim, so anyone can jump in. So once you go into the lobby, just take a look at the different things they have available. It's a really cute shop and just a great place to get a little souvenir for your First Thursday party experience. It doesn't hurt to get a little souvenir to remember your day. When you are on South Congress, shopping, eating, having drinks, it just always feels like an exciting moment that you're out there doing something any day of the week. But First Thursday is a great excuse to get out and do something. Now, if you don't want to swim, just go on back to the Rockies Tiki Bar in the hotel. It is an open air bar, but there are plenty of fans and places to sit, and it feels pretty cool even on a hot summer day. They have many tiki drinks to choose from. They have DJs on the patio. And if it's not raining, there will be a band at the pool area. They do have hot dogs to purchase if you are getting hungry. And it's just an easy breezy Austin bar to hang out in with your friends. The Austin Motel is a pretty cool place to hang out at. There's always something cool going on. Sometimes there are car shows. Street parking can get a little bit difficult. You're going to have to download the city parking app to be able to pay to park, but hopefully you can figure that out. There are also different parking lots, parking garages that you could find, or you could park at a hotel parking. But for the most part, be prepared to pay for some parking if you are doing the South Congress First Thursday Weird Austin morning itinerary. However, this adventure is definitely worth it. And there's a lot of free entertainment, a lot of stuff to do. This day does not have to cost a lot of money. But you gotta hit the streets and go out there to experience it. ever wondering where to buy a stand-up paddleboard, which is a very popular thing to do in Austin because we have so many lakes, BOTE off of Barton Springs Road is the place to shop around to see if buying a paddleboard is for you. There are a lot of places to rent stand-up paddleboards on the lake. However, if you're going all the time, you might just want your own. So we wanted to include this really unique store that I believe has everything you would ever need to get if you wanted to take your stand-up paddleboard canoeing experience to the next level and get all your own gear. They have magnetic radios that magnetize to your stand-up paddleboard so you can listen to music while you're on the lake. And just so many accessories that I didn't even have time to discover them all while we were in the shop checking out what's going on at BOTE. I was in love with these giant floating decks that you can hook up to the edge of the water and enjoy. And these giant party tubes where a bunch of people can sit in them and hang out in the water together. They just had so many water fun sports accessories. BOTE might be the place for you to find some cool things to do on the water. Now, most Texans are used to Shipley Donuts being around for dozens and dozens of years. However, on Fridays in June, Shipley had a coupon that anytime you wanted to go in on Fridays in June, you could grab one free glazed donut. So we caught the steal at the very last Friday of June. But we wanted to know, how do we know about more deals that are coming at Shipley's Donuts? And they said to go ahead and sign up for their email newsletters where they give all the alerts of when they have free donut days. Now here at Weird Austin Morning, we are working on a story about boots. We've heard people say, how do people in Texas wear boots at festivals in 90, 100 degree weather? That seems so hot. However, when you're at an outdoor concert, sometimes the best thing to do is wear comfy socks and comfy boots, and they keep your feet clear of all dust and debris that could be happening. And if you're at an outdoor event and it starts raining, you might not want to mess up your fancy boots, but your feet will stay safe inside a great pair of boots when you are partying outside during all seasons. Now, the main thing we want to investigate is different styles of boots. Where can you get them? If you want more of a rock and roll boot, we love Allen's boots because there are so many choices, so many unique boots. They have the classics, they have shimmery, glittery boots, They have superhero style of wild, crazy color choices of boots. So we wanted to report Allen's Boots as a cool place to buy something truly unique. Now this week we also went to Tacovas to see what style of boot do they have. And Tacovas definitely feels a little more traditional, very fancy, very high quality. If this is your vibe of boot, Tacovas is definitely a place to check out and see if they have something for you. In the episodes to come, we will be investigating more shops, more styles, and different places to buy in Austin to make sure your feet are comfy and stylish in all outdoor festival situations.
Giving in. Well of inspiration reeks of boredom. Weight of uninspired pins. Wordless paper seeks to drown on shores of sin. World is better off if you just stay long enough to face these days. Stay alive. For those good times, for those last times, for the ones you'll leave behind. Stay alive. And all those bloodlines, and all those slurred rhymes, regrets will callous over time. Stay alive. Tiniest violins to play. Cortez plays soundtrack to Thank you.